Alright, so I got to look at the swing here. Talked about a lot of the good pieces I like about your golf swing. I like the hip turn. I like the fact that you're keeping things pretty much over the golf ball. As we see the first swing that you've made here, as the club goes up and comes back down, you do a pretty good job of using your body. We're going to tighten that up just a little bit here. So the first thing I asked us to try and do is to first feel as though that the knee stayed bent out over top of the leg, or almost feeling like it goes out over your laces this way. When your left knee caves in like that and creates somewhat of an angle this way, it doesn't give a lot of stability to your lower body. We don't see buildings as upside down triangles because there's no stability there, but the most stable building is going to be your pyramid. So when we take a look at this action, we're talking about first feeling as though that that knee stays out over the laces. It doesn't move back in whatsoever, and it just goes straight out over the shoe, straight up over the shoe. So as you are starting your upswing, we can see that your head moves behind the ball even though your hips don't, and on the way down it just doesn't quite get back, and we have a little bit of the head tilting or the neck tilting, almost like you're pouring water out of your right ear. What I've asked you to do right off the bat was to feel as though that your head was in front of the golf ball, which would actually level out. Instead of having your eye line tilted this way, your eye line started to go more straight out, level, and consistent with basically how you use your body, how you like to use your eyes. We don't drive our car with our head tilted to the side, so we try not to do it during the golf swing. So head in front of the ball got us into a pretty good impact position as you went through the shot. Now, one thing I really like is your finish position with this arch. I think that's fantastic. So the biggest pieces were those right there. Now, the other things is to feel as though that when you get in front of the ball and your legs get close together, that we're not seeing this trail foot flare out so much. I'd like to see the trail foot almost stop right there. If we can make a golf swing where you felt like your body stopped there, your arms pointed up this way, and your club rehinged all the way over there like that, that'd be the end of your golf swing. So I would say that if we had to have a quick view of your swing, is that it rotates and it has runoff too long. So all of this stuff that we've seen since I froze it last time, from here to here, is just extra runoff that's not needed. So one of the things that we tried to do was feel as though that you could almost hit a punch shot, seeing how long you can keep the club head underneath the grip of the club to keep the face square, but keep the more leverage in the club, more hitting down on the ball. And we can see that you get to a point where they even out, they get flat, they get level. I want to see how high you can get. Can you get your arms into this spot right here with your hands level? Because if you could, that's a great use of your body, great use of rhythm. And then from there we learn to use the wrists only to recock the club up, something like that. Speed gets up there, ball goes a little bit higher, and now you're using a little more energy out of it. So that would be the swing in a nutshell, and just trying to feel as though that, the pieces that what you've got going on. Right here from the other view, you'd see your shorts touching, your legs touching, the banked in a little bit, nice and long with the extension. And then as you progress through that pitch shot, trying to keep the club, the head of the club, below the grip, it's going to start, comes into impact like that. Follow me with this little design. We're always trying to keep the butt of the club above the head of the club. And we can see that from here, eventually it's going to flatten out. And then once it's flattened out, it'll rehinge up and get back to about something like that. So that's the action in a nutshell. So far, we've done pretty good with what we're working on. I hope this makes sense to you. And when you see it, just let me know what you think so I can get some feedback from you.